The market gives you what it gives you. It's up to you to be on top of the charts and develop your skills. As to how I became profitable, I give bits and pieces on my other videos, but I truly just invested into learning. I took the time, lost sleep. I was literally obsessed over this shit. I think when I came back from DR, I had 10 bands and money that I came back with. Season was cut off short because of COVID. And what ways can I learn how to flip this money? That was my mindset, flip this money. Yeah, dime que lo que mi gente, is Down the King, aka Mr. Moves. Welcome to the Money Moves Investment YouTube channel. In this video, we're gonna go over my trading strategy and how I became profitable within a year's time. Now, look, again, I said this in my intro, like my first video. I do not sit here and market myself as a $1 million mentor, you know, or someone that's living a lavish lifestyle. I'm comfortable. I made my money trading. I had to take some time off to build companies and stuff like that. But besides the point, being a profitable trader does not mean that I'm making millions, hundreds of thousands. I've only been trading for a year and some change. What that does mean though, is that I make profit more than what I deposited. At the end of the week, when I start my trading week with $1,000 in my account, I end that week with additional money. Whether it be $500, whether it be $1,000, $2,000, $10,000. There's weeks where I make a couple hundred because I'm not trading that much, or I took some losses. Or there's weeks where I'm making a significant amount of money. The market gives you what it gives you. It's up to you to be on top of the charts and develop your skills. As to how I became profitable, I give bits and pieces on my other videos, but I truly just invested into learning. I took the time, lost sleep. I was literally obsessed over this shit. I think when I came back from DR, right, I had about, I think it was like 10 bands, all right? I had 10 bands and money that I came back with. Season was cut off short because of COVID. And what ways can I learn how to flip this money? That was my mindset, flip this money. IML was a thing. Quickly learned them, that's not a thing. So I seeked other ways, but I was still very interested in the potential of Forex because I did have my profitable moments in IML, but in the long term, I saw that it didn't make sense. And the more research I did, the more videos I saw on YouTube, I didn't need multi-level marketing to make money. So I name a course, name your favorite YouTube. I bought their course. I bought their signals chat. I went through all of them, every single one. Name them. Yeah, I bought his course too. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's not like I bought one guy's course or second guy's course and, oh, I like the second guy better. I'm gonna just force myself to use this strategy. Because I pretty much bought more than, I think, up to 10 different courses, I found a mentor that made the most sense to me. And that's how I realized, one, that all basic trading information is the same. It's just about who is teaching it to you in a way that can make sense to you and their own personal strategy that they use. I know a lot of strategies now. A lot of them don't make sense. I mean, they make sense, but I can't trade them, right? Some of them are indicator based, some of them are price action based. And for me, I became profitable, and it's gonna sound cliche, where I took this one strategy that I learned and I just stuck with it. But the thing is, I didn't really like the strategy, but it works if you stick with it. Every strategy can make you money if you stick with it. It's called consistency. Some strategies are just more profitable than others. It can get you in some trades more so than other strategies, and the profit factor of them are higher than other strategies. But the market goes only one or two ways. Essentially, if you have proper risk management and trade management, psychology, you can essentially flip a coin and be all right. I learned that from VP at No Nonsense Forex. You can essentially flip a coin and be all right as long as your psychology and money management is tight. The market only go one or two ways. So being a profitable trader just means that you're disciplined, you're consistent, and you're dedicated to learning the craft. That is it. There is no secret sauce to it. I don't sell nothing as a secret sauce. I don't sell my course as secret sauce or as a get rich quick scheme. That's not what trading is. You know what I'm saying? Again, I was blessed in the position where I had a little bit of capital to play with, and COVID gave me enough time to learn it. Honestly, my thing is, if you didn't come out of COVID with a new skill, business, something to learn, something to teach, you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You had all the time in the world where the world literally said stop. If you were too focused on the bad shit about COVID and not what you can see in the positive about it, you played yourself. But besides the point, my profitability came from just being consistent and utilizing my time wisely. COVID is ending, things are opening up. Doesn't mean you can't still apply that logic. So with that being said, I don't want to give you guys too many cliches. You guys know what it is, right? Hard work and dedication. But at the end of the day, I'm looking you in the face, well, at least the screen. Hi, how you doing? Sit the fuck down, read the book, watch the videos, take the notes, ask the questions, do the research, find out what you like or don't like. You have to do the research. There's no way around it. I can give you my indicators for free. Give you the course for free. You would not know how to use it because everybody that's with me right now had prior knowledge that they learned from other people. My course, my strategies are bits and pieces of other people's shit that I've learned put together with my little salt bay on top. You know what I'm saying? And I have no problem saying that. It's the truth. It has to come from somewhere. You have to have a fundamental understanding from something or somewhere. And people just add information on top of each other to make it better and better and better. So
that's what they do too.
Facts. And that's just what it is. So, right, we're not going to make this super, super long. I'm going to teach you, or I'm going to show you one of my trading strategies. This is probably the first one I actually made. I'll show you my first one. It's called the Money Move Strategy V2. And we're going to get into that. I'm going to show you guys that. And here we go. All right, guys. So this is the Money Move Strategy V2. My first original strategy when I was studying to make indicators. I was taking notes on popular ways of trading, and one of them was the Heikin-Ashi candles. So let me hide the indicator real quick and I can show, you know, the Heikin-Ashi. And majority of people are going to know what the Heikin-Ashi candles are. For those that don't, all it is a type of candlestick that smooths out price action, right? And even though I liked it, it was hard to watch price, even though you shouldn't be just watching price as you're in a trade. But, you know, when you're a beginner trader, you want to see your price go into profit and your trade go into profit and such and such. So it used to creep me out when I used to see an Heikin-Ashi candlestick go up, but I was still like negative for whatever reason. It's because all it does is smooth out the price action, so you don't see the crazy amount of candles. So if you see this and then you change it from candles, you see that even though it was in the correct trend, the way it looks is significantly different. So how I aim to solve this problem was to make the Heikin-Ashi into a moving average. And there are indicators out there that do this, but the ones that I've seen, you know, had their limitations in drawdown. So you will come to find out majority of my strategies are, you know, mostly moving average crossovers. And what I aim to do is to actually make the moving average crossover profitable, giving it very strict criteria. So see, we had the US 30 on the 1 hour. What we have is the Heikin-Ashi smooth moving average. And then here is a Alma baseline. So this moving average here can be set to different lengths. So we have it at 21, right? So bars Heikin-Ashi length 1 for scalp use from 6 to 10. For the second one to scalp uses 6 to 10. So what I used to do is I used to change this to 10 and leave the second one at 21. And it allowed me to get into trends and stay in these trends longer. And with all my algorithms, you can see, right, even with this trade, we actually hit TP1. When I change this back to 21, we're just getting a sell entry. So it was a good medium for me at that length, right? We already hit TP1, and it's, you know, this was my original strategy. So you can see, you know, obviously you would have hit more TPs, and it's just not popping up at the chart at the moment. But TP1, TP2, stuff like that. Now you can see it gives you your stop loss entry 1, 2, and 3, and the rules are extremely simple, right? So some might look at this and be like, hey, you're getting a lot of buy and sell signals. Well, I mean, understand this is based on the Heikin-Ashi calculations, but you can really get intricate which moving average you're using. For example, you guys know that the Heikin-Ashi, and if you don't know, are calculated by the open high, low close, times 4. So now you have 3 sources of which moving average is calculating the close, the open, the high, and the low. So you see I'm using the whole moving average for all of them. I was particularly a fan of the whole moving average when I started out. But say I want the close, the calculation of my close to be calculated by the simple moving average. I want the open to be calculated by the exponential moving average. Then I want the high to be calculated by the weighted moving average. And then I got my whole moving average. But for the sake, let's use the RMA. So let's use the RMA here and I press OK. You can see that the whole strategy will pretty much change again. So it was very, very configurable to what I wanted to do. So what I usually liked was, I know for a fact I liked this setting here. A mixture of the weighted and the whole usually gave me really, really great results. And you can see it kept me into trends longer. And we're just, smacking TPs here. So on top of that, you guys see like these buy and sells in ranging markets based on these moving averages that are moving pretty fast. And it's very simple, right? Vertical line, you have this buy right here. Would you have taken this buy even though everything is red? If you said no, you would have been correct. So the baseline is what you're basing your trade off of. So the baseline also has a trend line length. So you can change this from either 20, right? Now you got a 20 period baseline. You can change it to a 200. So now you got 200 moving average baseline determining your trend. And so it can either get you in earlier or later, and that's totally up to you to play with. So I usually like just using the 100 because I was also very good at determining my trades and filtering out the signals that this thing gives. So we got the buy, it's invalid. We got the sell, which was valid. So I would have taken this trade, right? Now let's press the rewind and come here. We have our stop loss, boom, right here. And the stop loss is determined by ATR value. So for example, my stop loss is multiplied by the ATR 1.5. That's how VP taught us. Sometimes to give the trade a little bit more room, especially with US 30, because I have proper risk management, I'm not over leveraging on my trades. I like to give my trades a little bit of breathing room. So I multiply it by 2, and you can see how this will change the TPs and the stop loss considerably. So now my stop loss is up here. And then if I just kind of play it through, I got a buy signal. I would have not taken this buy signal, right? And I'm still in this sell. So until price hits this green line, I'm still in that trade. Now I got another sell signal. Here's another valid signal that I can compound my trade with using, either 1% of my account or 2% of my account, all up to your risk management. Buy signal, baseline still red, sell signal. So not only do I have my confirmations from my baseline, buy signals become invalid, I'm not scared of this. Now I got 3 trades running with confirmation. You can see that we're running in profit, right? Buy signal invalid, sell signal valid. So now I got another trade. TP1, TP2, TP3, right? So I was able to compound small accounts for months with this strategy, right? Do I take losses, guys? Yes, but because my risk management is so on point and all of this in conjunction is so on point, I never risked more than what I ever won. You know what I'm saying? So, there's different ways people would trade this. They got the buy, they got the rejection. You see the high, lower high. They probably would have tried to stack a trade there. I'm just waiting for the signal from this. I don't care if, you know, this was probably a better position. I like my confirmations, right? So I got this confirmation. I came back up into drawdown, no problem. Another sell, boom. Now I'm in profit. Now it came down. This is market structure. This is what market structure looks like. This is a downtrend here. From here to here, right? I'm not a big trend line guy, but there you go, right? So if I'm getting that sell signal and I'm just saying, okay, it's rejecting off this trend line, we're making lower highs and lower lows. So when I go into that little drawdown based on my entry, I'm not worried about it because I'm not going to get margin called because my risk management's on point and I'm just stacking trades on the pullback. Maybe not at the top, but at the proper entry that I want for my strategy. Now I got 4 trades running, building equity as I grow, and I'm in this long-term trend. That's the Money Move strategy V2, my first original strategy. And I did this for months and built my small accounts to thousands. I did this, I passed FTMO challenges. I did a lot with this account, with this strategy. And it helped me understand how indicators work. Now, there are other things to the strategy. For example, I have support and resistance. So show support and resistance on time preferred. So I'm on the 1 hour currently, so I can show same as chart, and it'll show me the support and the resistance of the 1 hour. I could be on the 1 hour and I want to see the support and resistance on the 2 hour. And then give it a second. It shows me the support and resistance on the 2 hour. You guys are getting the point. I can see the daily, right? Support and resistance of the daily. So I was able to do my analysis all on one chart. And I also have this option, show daily, show weekly. And keep in mind, guys, I made this strategy probably in November 2020. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2020. I got lost in my head for a second. 220. So late last year, and we're in July right now. And you guys know that we have gotten we got bots now. We have different type of algorithms. And as this channel continues, you guys would know all about them. So feel free again, guys, shameless plug, subscribe, put that notification bell so every time I drop a new video, you guys get that. So I'm gonna just exit out of replay mode. You guys get the idea of how this strategy works. It's a not very complex, but a more complex and intricate version of a moving average crossover, and highly customizable to build on any asset. So you can have your entry, stop loss. You should show your high-low pivot points, right? High-low, help you with your market structure analysis. So this is the Money Move strategy V2. Let me know what you guys think about the strategy in the comment section below. And what do you think I can do to improve my original strategy? Since I made it, I haven't made any adjustments or new things to it because I just built new ones. But I do want to come back into this strategy and add definitely all the new things that I've learned in these past couple months about building algorithms and strategies. And this is still to this day one of my favorite indicators because it moves really well on price. And this is what made me fall in love with indicators in general. And keep in mind, this is US 30 on the 1 hour time frame. So, your boy made his bread. So yeah, guys, let's turn back to the camera. So I showed you guys the strategy, one of my many strategies that I have. And that's just something that I came across playing around with different indicator strategies, the thoughts of people using Hakanashi candlesticks. And I just kind of got obsessed with it to see how I can make it work without being so complicated. And again, that just came, I came up with that strategy. It took me 2 weeks to kind of formulate something that to me now is so simple, but it was new to me at the time. You know what I'm saying? So simple. Someone that knows indicators are gonna look at that like really, bro? That's two things. But for me, in the beginning, I didn't know what the hell it was. I didn't know how to read the indicator chart. I didn't know what the calculation was behind Hakanashi candles. I didn't know what was the proper entry and exit for a Hakanashi candle. It took time and repetition of the same information. Sometimes the same information from different people, right? You can try to teach me how to video record. You sound like fucking gibberish coming out your mouth.
Frame rate, shutter speed, ISO, aperture.
Word for word, all the shit coming out your mouth, so another nigga can tell me, and for whatever reason, it makes more sense when he said it to me. And that's what happens to people. So yeah, take your time, do your due diligence, put your time in, and you're gonna come across something that works for you, right? And it's going that concept is gonna be ongoing throughout this channel, because one, it negates a lot of people talking shit about whatever fuck I got going on here, or I think every person that has their own shit going on needs to make that a thing, because I don't market my stuff to be like, this is the end all be all of everything. This is an option for you. If this is something you want to explore, explore it. If there's something you'd be like, yo, this nigga's wildin', I'm wildin' to you. But I've made other people profitable. Just like other mentors, I'd be like, yo, wildin'. But they made hundreds of other people profitable. Simple as that. Put the time in, figure out what you like or don't like. It's all preference. Name is Darren King, aka Mr. Moves, and I'm out of here.
Don't need me no friends. Bag on my head and they wanted me dead, but you still see me with the roof of the Benz. My bitch is bad and bougie. Ain't but a back, she don't matter to me. Super big guns like it's Call of Duty. Say this shit mans, but he ratatouille.